to another Blockchain Brawler update. Haha, it's not news per se, but it's still news, right? It is still news and update, but primarily a PSA for you guys out there who wants to play Blockchain Brawlers and definitely getting ready to play Blockchain Brawlers this 30th of March. So before I begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow, and let's check out what do you need in order to play Blockchain Brawlers, alright? Also, don't forget to follow Blockchain Brawlers Twitter account, because that's where you get the most bulk of the news or announcement, which is the game launch date, right? March 30th, official, that's that. And also don't forget to join the Discord group, because this is where we all hang out, and well, this is where I get the bulk of my news other than Twitter and the official website. And at the same time, I'm helping out the community as well to get the correct information, more to precise, the correct official information from the developer to you, and of course condense it, make it simple like this video. And of course, a little shout out to you, Nemo, because he has been doing a lot of number crunching, and this definitely helps a lot of people out there who wants to ask, hey, what is the ROI? What is the pool rate? What am I buying? What am I getting? Right? Very, very useful. So what are you waiting for? Join the Discord group if you have not. Alright, now let's take a look at what do you need in order to play Blockchain Brawlers. It's very simple. Either you get the Brawler and Ring pack, but in this case, I think it's a bit too late in my opinion. And I would say skip it and get a cheaper alternative, which is get a Scotty White Eye and a normal ring. That's simple as that, because you only need a Brawler and a ring to play for day one. Simple. But that's not it. We have an alternative, or rather Blockchain Brawler itself has an alternative for you to grab Brawler and rings, and that is through the crafting system. And the crafting requires two main resources, which is Brawl tokens and gold NFT. Now do note about these two resources, because this will play a very big part in the whole economy for Blockchain Brawlers. Talking about crafting, we have three categories of items for you to craft, and that is the Brawlers, right, up here. We have gears down here, and of course we have rings. Now rings is a little bit different compared to Brawler and gears, because Brawler and gears shares one great, got tongue twisted again, similarity, which is this pink bar up here and this gold bar down here, right? And those are the earning potential for each item in the game, right? Especially for Brawler and the gears. As you can see, Scotty White Eye being a common, and you can say, oh, common items are trash in the NFT world. Well, in gaming world, commons are bad anyway. But not for this play to earn Blockchain Brawler game, because Scotty White Eyes, as you can see, has the highest earning potential for gold. Now do note, gold is a drop chance, it's not an amount. So Scotty White Eye has the highest chance to get gold NFT, and if you pair up with a gear, in this case a brass knuckle, you get the maximum chance to get gold NFT. And that is crazy, because if you look at the legendary tier for the Brawler, okay, decent. And if you look at the steel chair for the gear, 0. That means adds 0 chance on it. Now the problem is it a additive? Does it stack, or is it a multiplicative? These two things are a little bit interesting, and we only can get the data when the game is launched. So bear with us with a little bit, and of course I'll publish as much information as I can on day one for you to get the best build of the game. And in this case, what you can craft the common to epic for Brawlers, and you can say, hey, what about the legendary Brawler what about the legendary Brawler? The answer is you cannot craft the legendary Brawler, because they are a one-of-one special, one-of-one, I would say special, one-of-one mint, which means there's only one type or one particular legendary Brawler in the whole entire game. You can say they are similar to land, and yeah, that's the reason why you can't craft. And that is why you can see the epic and legendary, there's a huge difference, right, in terms of capability. Of course, it's much more pricier, and because we cannot craft legendary Brawlers, so they need a little bit more extra perk, which is maximum brawl tokens and kind of a little bit more decent gold chance. And you can say, hey, what about Barry Greenhorn and Johnny Butterfingers? Now that one's a little bit tough to debate. So this one I'm going to reserve when the day one is launched, then we will take a look and see how it goes. Okay, let's move on to the rings, and rings are a little bit different than brawlers and gears, and they are an essential item in the game, as the same as brawlers, because you need brawlers to earn, and of course you need rings in order to put your brawlers in. Simple as that. And each ring has, or rather each rarity of rings has different amount of slot, so pay attention to it. So the common ring gets 1 slot, the rare ring gets 4 slot, and the legendary ring gets 8 slot. Now this is very important, because if you're gonna have multiple brawlers, make sure you have the same, make sure you have the correct ring. You do not want to have a common ring and have 3 brawlers, or 6 brawlers and have a rare ring. It's gonna diminish your returns quite a lot, especially if you are halfway above. Like for example, 3 brawlers, 1 common ring, which is tough, which is very, very tough. Unfortunately, this was set up to multi-accounting, and I have no comments on that, because it's a little bit touchy and it's a slippery slope of argument and discussion that most likely I will do in a separate video. Now let's talk about the game mechanic, and it's very straightforward, right? First, equip a ring. Next, equip your brawlers or add your brawlers. And third, go brawl. Simple as that. The moment you press go brawl, you will get, or in this case I was told that you will get brawl tokens, and then whether you will get the NFT, the gold NFT or not, right? So in this case, Scotty White-Eye has the highest chance, and if Scotty White-Eye has a brass knuckle, maximum chance, but it's not guaranteed if I'm not mistaken. But that is something that I can only confirm when I get into the game. So stay tuned, my friends. Now, once you click go brawl, the slot and the brawler will go on cooldown, and it is locked, which means you cannot remove the brawler, you cannot modify your brawler. If you want to change item, you cannot do that. So pay very, very close attention, because you don't want to send the wrong brawler out and says, oopsie, I did not equip my item. So therefore you lost 1 hour worth of or rather not say 1 hour worth, you have to wait for 1 hour in order to make your changes. Now, once the cooldown is done, number 1 is your brawler will sustain damage. I'm not so sure it will sustain damage the moment you press brawl. Guess we have to wait again when the game launches. But once the cooldown is done, your brawler will sustain some damage, and your item will be, well, -1 durability, or will be used. And in this case, Blockchain Brawlers uses an interesting game economy, and I think this is one of the best thing ever, right? The items will not last forever. So take note, right? Again, I said all these things is very, very important for day one, because you don't want to catch yourself with a, well, I would say knocked out unconscious brawler, which is 0 health, and you got no brawl tokens to heal, right? So in order to heal brawlers, you only need brawl tokens. And for items, if your ring breaks and you don't have any more rings to use, well, you need to buy one, or you have to craft it. And if you don't have enough resources to craft, that is gonna be a little bit, you're gonna be in a tight situation. So in this case, be careful about the item durability and your brawler health. Alright, I'm gonna repeat. Your brawler only requires brawl to heal. Now, the items, it's a little bit different, right? It is an official, not say official, they already posted an official article about it, and it says they're gonna use a limited use items, blah blah blah. So for Blockchain Brawlers, they set the limit on gears to 250 users regardless of rarity, and the rings are 350 users per slot. So every time you press brawl, the ring will use 1 slot per brawler, so pay attention. And in this case, common rings gets 350, rare ring gets 1400, and legendary ring gets 2800 users, right? So very straightforward, and I think it's very, very important, and that makes it a bit better, because if let's say you only have 1 brawler, Getting the legendary ring is also a wise choice because common rings only has 350 use if it's one brawler, and legendary rings, right, if you use one brawler, it's 2800 use, which is a lot. And of course, if you divide 2800 with 8 brawlers, and guess what, the number is 350. So they already worked out the math, right? So for ring, it's basically 350 per slot. Simple as that. And we have an intuitive UI for you to keep track everything, and that is brawler, gears, and rings. So under the inventory, this is where you can equip your gears. Okay, change gears. You can heal, and it says swap and heal. So again, healing requires only brawl tokens. Now do note that in order to repair an item, you need the same exact rarity, either by crafting or buying from Atomic Hub, which exactly says here, right? It says, how do you refill them? Players craft or buy the same exact rarity of ring, and its number of users will grow in number, right? So imagine if you're using a legendary ring, right? 2,800 users, and if you want to refill, you have to buy the same exact rarity, which is another legendary ring, and refill it. So in total you get 5,600 use if you have not used it. Alright, here comes the last segment of the game preparation for launch day, or for March 30th. And if you have reached here, I do appreciate that you listen to my videos. So like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And let's go on to the most important part. Blockchain Brawlers uses a different system compared to other play-to-earn NFT games out there, or play-to-earn crypto games, alright, is that for the NFT, or rather in this case, the NFT items that you bought, right, as long as it resides in your wallet, you can use it. But for Blockchain Brawlers, you need to activate. That's right, basically the moment you activate, it will bring the NFT from your wallet into the game. That is something you have to be very, very careful, because it's not everything can be exported. And if you realize, look at the Brawlers has activate and export, whereas the gears only has activate. You cannot export. And they have a notification, or I would say a warning, that says once the gear is activated and brought into the game, it cannot be sold or traded. Pay very, very good attention, because you don't want to accidentally bring in the wrong item into the game. And if you do that, well, you have to use it, because you can't really bring it out anymore. And in this case, once the gear is activated and brought into the game, it cannot be sold or traded. There will be lots of warning. In fact, I think twice or 3 times. Let's see. If we click this, equip gear, and it says, you know what? I think there's 2 big warnings. So pay very close attention to the notification. Only brawlers can be exported again. And if I'm not mistaken, they did say that you only can export the brawler when it's in full health. So you can't just brawl until 0 and then you export the brawler out. No, you need to heal it in order to export. And that's it. Yup. So that's all I have for you for today for the game day launch. I appreciate that you stayed all the way to the end of the video. And as always, I would say, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow, and I will see you in the ring and on day 1. Question is, do I have the free time to do a live stream? Because I really, really want to do. That depends on when the game goes live. It would be crazy. Until then, see ya my friends, and I'll see you in the ring. Don't forget to join the Discord. Links down below.